We're over here at JR Automation today, and we're measuring up some of their weld tooling before they ship off to their clients. And I've already gotten this weld tool complete. We've dialed it in. We've got all the features for where they need to be. But what I've got next door is the exact same fixture, just a different operation in the process. The tooling spheres are in the same location, and all the datum pads and rests are in the same location as well, based on the CAD model though. But what we have to do is dial that one in yet. So since we're done here, we've done an iterative alignment. What I'd like to do is show you guys how you can take the sphere positions that are on this tool and edit and replace them on the new fixture, since in the nominal location they're the same. So I'm not going to have to do anything with my laptop right now. I'm golden there. What I've got to do is just take my mag base and I'm going to move on over. And what I did want to mention is don't confuse this with a leapfrog. We're not actually adding a new device position. We physically have a different model, and I want to put the arm in close to the same location as we were before. But I only want one device position, so don't confuse this with a leapfrog. We're physically going to replace the readings on the spheres and then continue measuring in the new model. So I'm just going to power this down, and then I'm going to disconnect all of my cables here. And what I always do too is I like to make sure that the place I'm going is clean. I've prepared the surface already for my mag base. I'm good there. Got nothing in my way. I don't have cords I'm going to trip over or air hoses or anything like that. So I've got a pretty straight shot. So what I'm going to do is just take the mag base, deactivate that right there. Maybe I should take this with me. That's a good idea. And then I'm just going to take this arm, rest it on my shoulder, and just tilt it back. With both hands, I've got that mag base pretty well secure here, and I'm just going to take a walk. And now I'm putting that arm in generally the same location that I was on that fixture as well. So it's just going to make it easier once we get into the alignment to see where we're heading. So I will take this fixture now, or this mag base, activate it down to the fixture so I'm nice and solid on that. And then I'm going to just connect all my power back up, pull the laptop over, and then I'm going to get into the edit and replace readings. So hang tight, we'll be right back. Now I physically made the jump from that fixture over to here, reconnected up all of my cabling here, made sure the mag base was down solid, and I've exercised my joints since I powered this machine down too. So I'm communicating with the arm now. So what I'm going to do is edit and replace the readings on these 3 tooling spheres. But big note, make a big note of this. Make a new file, just change the name on it. This is Operation A. So just make a new file before you start manipulating any of these features by replacing the readings. So make a note of that, man. Always change the name on the new location. Okay, so let's go. We're going to jump into the SAT file, and I'm going to take you into review features here. With that icon there, here's the review features. Now notice I have got all 3 of these spheres already measured. I've got my alignment out there, and I've got one of the pins already measured, so I want to show you what happens to that as well. So what I'm going to do though first is I'm just going to go to the center sphere, and I'm going to edit, and I'm going to replace its readings and say OK. So I'm going to head out here, measure that sphere in the middle, and I'll do that with 5 clicks just like I did before. 1 on the top. Then I'm going to put 5 around the equator, or 4 around the equator, to add up to 5. Compensate away. Go back over to review features. It resolved for that new location. Of course, it's kind of a funky location here, because it is solving for the alignment each time I measure these. So now I'll go to the right sphere. I will edit, and I'm going to replace its readings and say OK. Again, I'll just let the arm rest a little bit. I'll come back into the sphere on the right, and I'm going to hit 5 clicks. 1 around the top, then 4 around the equator. Big note to to mention here, though, too, is that it's very important that both of these fixtures have the tooling spheres in the exact same location in the CAD model. It's the only way this is going to work for me to edit and replace the readings. So back into the SAT file, I've got one more sphere to do, and it's my left sphere. I'm just going to go out and edit and replace its readings and say OK. And that will be this sphere here. Again, 5 points, 1 on the top, 4 around the equator. Again, I could use many more of those points too, but I'm going to pick those 5 and compensate away. And every time I'm measuring or remeasure these spheres, Faro goes through and it realigns the part based on that new location. So now, back over here to the SAT file, notice that if I hit my view, I have got, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more too to show you that. That's the sphere I just measured. That's the left sphere. And I'll scroll on over here. Notice here's my center sphere. And then down in here is my right sphere. So Faro went through and it realigned the part based on these new locations. I haven't done the leapfrog. Don't get this confused. It's the same device position. I'm not recreating device position 2. I'm sticking with one device position, but I'm physically measuring on a different fixture. Okay, so I've got the alignment that looks pretty good. I'm going to hit the right mouse key here, and I'm going to say OK to that. So now that I'm into the same position that I was on the other model, or on the other fixture and in the model, you'll notice that this slot location, this datum pin, is kind of shifted over. So I didn't get this thing in the right spot. I mean, who could? So it makes it very easy, though, to get into the model based on those 3 spheres. But what I do want to show you guys, and to convince you guys that you're in the right location, is under the SAT file, come on in, you can go to the Measure pull-down menu and go to the Inspect XYZ. That's going to show me where the position of my probe is in the model. So I'm going to take that old probe and I'm going to go to that same datum pin in this location here. Now notice what I've got. I have got that SAT file is showing me, hey, I'm in that location. That's where I want to be. So I'm convinced that I'm in the same alignment that I was when I was on the other fixture. But now what I have to do is go through and edit and replace the readings on that round slot, which I'll do next. So I'm not going to bother you guys with that one, but if you've measured fixtures like this in the past, you can do that same thing. And it only works if those 3 spheres are in the nominal same location on both fixtures.